Hey, I'm Dr. Maisha. Happy Monday. We're doing this a little bit differently today. It's still Monday and I'm pre-recording this today. I'm going to upload this separately um, because today we're having a little bit of connectivity issues and I want to make sure we have the highest quality video for you today. So today we're talking about taking inventory, getting out of your head and accessing your internal state. Now, we've been talking about belief change for the past couple of weeks. And last week we were talking about, the fact that your belief patterns are very closely related to your internal state. And so if you're creating an empowered internal state, then then it's easier actually for you to maintain empowering and new belief systems. Whereas if you are stuck inside of a negative state, then it's much more difficult for you to be able to maintain a positive belief that you want to maintain, right? So we talked about the belief change cycle and all of the things you have to go through in order to create a new belief. But see, once you've created that new belief, you're still aware of the old belief, remember, right? You're still aware of the negative belief or the old belief or the disempowering belief, but you want to be able to maintain this new belief. And as we talked about last week, your beliefs are very, very closely related to the internal state, okay? And so last week we talked about the fact that there are 3 inventories that you need to do when trying to access your internal state, becoming aware of your internal state. And today we're going to do a little exercise. Now, before I go any further, I know most of you know who I am, Dr. Maisha, mind remapping coach, neurolinguistic programmer, master hypnotist, and trainer of NLP hypnosis and timeline therapy. So I'm here teaching you principles and language of the unconscious mind so you can always be at the source of your thoughts, emotions, feelings, and actions, and you can dismantle the invisible influences that run your life. So before we're going to jump right in. As you're watching this video, let me know that you're here. Everybody's going to be on the replay today. So if you're, just hashtag I'm here. And I want to know that you're here watching and doing this exercise with us today. Okay. So now, we talked about the fact that when you're able to access your internal state, it puts us at the source of what next to do. And when I talk about internal state, as I talked about last week, I'm talking about your emotions, your thoughts, your feelings, your psychological internal place. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to have you get present to your internal state. So what emotion are you feeling? What are you feeling internally? Right. So now as you really start to get present, you can do this pretty much wherever you are, whether you're walking, you're sitting, you're standing, you're cooking. Of course, if you're doing something that requires your attention, especially like driving, you want to pay attention to what you're doing. But otherwise, it doesn't matter. You can begin to get present to your internal state of being, right? State of mind, state of being. And we're going to go through 3 different inventories. Remember, I talked about last week, the physiological, the submodality or sensory, and the emotional. All right. So now as you get present to what's happening inside of you, you might have a picture. All right. And before we get to that picture, as you're getting present to what's happening inside of you, I want you to get present to your physiology. All right. So as you're doing this, become aware as you are getting very present to whether you're sitting or standing or whatever you're doing, as you're getting present to what's happening inside of you, right? Your mind. And I'm talking about your heart beating, and we're gonna come get present to it. I'm talking about physically what's happening inside of you. Become aware of your physiology. Become aware of your posture. Become aware of your eye gesturing, your blinking. Become aware of your position, your breathing, right? Is your breathing shallow? Is it deep? Are you trembling or shaking? Any movements that you should be aware of, right? Any tics or nervous movement patterns, nervous tapping patterns. Become aware of your mouth posture, your facial posture, what's happening, your jaw posturing, you clenched or you relaxed, like the the actual physiology that's happening right now, the tension of your muscles or the relaxation of your muscles as you become aware of your physical state. Now, this is nothing to change. You want to just become aware. We're not changing anything right now. I just want you to become aware of what's happening inside your body. And as you become aware of what's happening inside your body and you're in whatever state that you're in, right? We're doing the inventory. You might have a picture in your mind. You might have a picture of your mind as you are dealing with whatever you're dealing with, and you have this internal state. And as you think of the picture that you might have in your mind, you want to kind of notice, what is the brightness? What is the brightness of that picture? What is the color? Is it bright? Is it dim? Is it um, black and white? Is it color? What is the size? What is the position of this mental image that you have as part of this internal state? We all have sort of like, as we're dealing with what we're dealing with, mental images come up in our mind about whatever it is that's happening that we're dealing with. And what is the brightness of that? The color? Is it framed? Is it a panoramic experience all around you, right? Are there any sounds as you're replaying this, this internal state, and as you have this internal state going on, and you have this picture that you are experiencing associated with the physiology? Is there any sounds? What is the tone? What is the volume? Is it loud or is it soft? What is the location of the sound? From where is it coming? Right? Are there voices? What is the timbre or the pitch? Is it high pitches or low pitch? Right. So as you are becoming aware of the picture that you have in your mind about the internal state that you're experiencing right now, what is the temperature? What is the sensations that you might be feeling? Right? Are you feeling a sensation of warmth or a sensation of cooling? What is the texture of the sensation? Is it weighted? Is it temperature? Is it vibrating? Is there, what are the other qualities? Is it a moving sensation that you're experiencing in your body, or is it still? Is it in one place? What is the position or the shape even of that sensation, of that feeling, right? Of that sensation, right? So this is part of the sensory experience of the internal state, okay? We're not trying to change anything. We're just becoming aware. And then the third thing, finally, is the emotional inventory, right? So ask yourself, what am I feeling? What emotion am I feeling? What is the emotion? Remember, we talked about the feelings chart, right? We're not talking about the thinking chart. We're talking about the feelings chart. What am I feeling right now? Remember to use emotional words. And then listen to the thoughts that are going through your head right now. What are the thoughts that are going through your head right now? And then again, ask, what am I feeling? What emotion am I feeling right now in relationship to the thoughts, the internal state that's happening, right? And just take a moment to be in your body, having access these states, the physiologic state, right? The submodalities of sensory experience that you're having, and then the connected emotional experience that you're having as well. What are the emotions? And take a moment to access those emotions. Is it sad? Is it frustrated? Is it happy? Is it relaxed? Is it angry? Is it guilty? Is it hurt? What are the feelings that you're feeling right now? And just take a moment to access these states. I'll let you do that right now, right? So when you're able to access these states, you have an idea of what it's like to have the full experience of yourself, of accessing whatever is going on. Because before you can actually shift or change anything, you just need to be able to access it. You access the mental images. You access the physiological. You be in your body. You access the emotions. And allow you to keep accessing those things, right? And you can go back and forth, or you can do it just in order, but these are the 3 inventories that you need to be doing right now. Because once you can identify the internal state, then you have the power to actually be able to access another internal state. And by the way, in NLP, we call that anchoring. We call that anchoring a different state. And there are many ways that we do that. And on Thursday, I'm going to show you a type of that anchoring. And it's going to be stepping in from one emotion, one state, one internal state to the next. All right. And so your homework is to practice taking an inventory, whatever the internal state that you're experiencing, whatever's going on inside, to stop and do that physiological inventory. Do the submodality inventory, whatever the mental images that come up for you as you're experiencing the internal state, how bright or dim or loud or soft or, color or black and white or framed or panoramic, or, how the sensation is. These are some of the submodalities. You can go back, you can watch this video again, and you can do this exercise over and over again throughout the day just to check in, right? So your homework is to practice, because Thursday we're going to actually use this exercise to help you to step into a new state from an old one. All right, a new positive empowering state from an old one. All right, and so like I said, by the way, this is called anchoring. Right now, what we're doing is just accessing the submodalities. What we're going to do on Thursday will be called anchoring, and these are the things that I use with my clients. These are the things that I teach my students, and how to get in the driver's seat of their mind, of your mind, so you can live your best life, right? And be at the source of your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. So your homework is to go out and do this. And if you want to go deeper and learn more for yourself, if you're thinking, wow, I really want to have a deeper experience of what it would be like to get rid of my negative thoughts, emotions, feelings, and get at the source of them, get rid of them at the source, not just like for today, not just like for the week, but like at the source, eliminating those negative thoughts and feelings, emotions, limiting beliefs for good, right? For good. And stepping into a new empowered experience of life. And if that's something that you're interested in going deeper in, all you need to do, of course, is schedule a call with me. And you can do that by going to drmaisha.com/meet me. You can go right to my website, drmaisha.com, and you can click the link, and you'll come right to my calendar. I do have some other free resources on the website as well, so you're welcome to check it out. Remap Your Mind for Success. Start your journey to learning more about how the mind works if you wanted to dip your toe in the water. But of course, if you feel you need that more personalized experience, just go ahead and get on my schedule. I'm always happy to talk to you. And it's a complimentary call just to get to know you and what you're dealing with, and to explain to you how this process might help you. All right, because there really is time for us to start shifting our collective beliefs, isn't it? And getting inside of our own power so that we can really impact change with ourselves, our families, and then the people around us right now. It's time that we need that more than ever, don't we? So I hope you enjoyed this exercise today. Remember, if you want to know more, just go to drmaisha.com. And your homework is to keep practicing this. And on Thursday, you'll be back with us, and we're going to actually do an exercise stepping into a new emotional state. And this is sort of a quick fix exercise, so that at any given time, if you're having a moment, a bad day, you need to press the reset button. The exercise I'm going to show you on Thursday will be the equivalent of pressing the reset button, or really kind of stepping into a reset button, okay? So we'll see you on the next live stream. You all have a great rest of the day. Have a great rest of the week. Namaste. Stay safe out there. And I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Bye now.